friends, and welcome back to another episode of Try New Things, where today I've brought you on a very chilly day into the somewhat cramped confines of the kitchen here at the TNT barn. And I've brought you in here because it's heated. The reason we're in here in the kitchen where it's heated is because today we're going to be doing another product review that hopefully is going to help me save a few plants. Now, we do have a greenhouse here at the farm, but I am not going to actively be heating that greenhouse until the end of March when we start our seedlings. So I brought in some of the plants from the greenhouse to try to help them overwinter here in the kitchen where there's heat, but they get very little light through our two windows. So we get some late afternoon sunlight, but with the short days and no direct sun, my plants aren't doing all that well. First thing we've got is some grapefruits. So these are grapefruit trees I got growing. I've got some herbs, some thyme growing, somewhat. I'm trying to overwinter some peppers, some cayenne peppers, and they're not doing all that well. This one on the right is looking better than the one on the left. But there are some that look even worse, and I put them in the window trying to get them some light. And that's probably too late for 3 of those. Hopefully I can save one of them. And then back there on the fridge, on the top of the fridge, we've got our olive tree. So it's doing okay so far in its current position. I think it's resigned itself to the short days and poor light, but the colors are still pretty vibrant on that. So, in order to help our little green friends here in the barn kitchen, what I picked up on Amazon is a pair of grow lights on an expandable stand. So that way, throughout the day, they can get the minimum amount of light required. Hopefully, that'll help them stay healthy and make it through until the greenhouse opens up the end of March, beginning of April. But let me show you what I picked up on Amazon. We'll give it a bit of a review. So here's a look at what we picked up. It's a 26 watt, 3500 lumen, 46 Kelvin LED lights. That should be good for 50,000 hours. There's supposed to be 2 light heads on an extending post. It's going to be a little hard for me to assemble this with one hand, so let me put the camera down for a minute. We will get this all unwrapped and set up, and I'll join you back here in a second. So it was very easy to assemble. All you have to do is take this post, thread it into the base, and then thread it into this splitter where your 2 LED lights come from. And you can just see the amount of LEDs that each one of these puts out. They're completely adjustable. These are flexible so that you can orient them any way you want. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. So here on the controller, hit the power button. And now you can see just how bright that LED is. Now if it's too bright for you, it's also adjustable. You can see the light dimming and then coming back up. So now what I've got to do is figure out how I'm going to put it amongst my plants and then set the timer so that these folks get the light that they deserve. Now, just before I reveal the light installed, I thought I'd show you a closer look at a pamphlet. Can't really find a manufacturer's name on this other than maybe LBW. But what you get in the package is your base, your extending rod, your adapter for power, and your dual light head. Now over here on the controller, you got a series of buttons. There's the on off. You can set it for 3 hour, 6 hour, 12 hour. Every day it'll come on at the same time and turn off at the same time. You can also just turn on one of the lights if you want, or both. And here is what I was showing you earlier, the 6 brightness settings. from 10% to 100%. And it was super easy to put together. Again, screw this piece into this piece, and then this piece onto this piece, and you are completely done. And here we go with our final install or setup inside the barn in the kitchen at the TNT Farms. So you can see that that dual light head does extend up quite a ways. Those grapefruits are almost 2 feet tall, those trees. I've got the lights on full at the moment and set for 6 hours to come on at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and off at 8. So hopefully this is going to revitalize our overwintering plants here inside the barn until such time as we can get them back out to the greenhouse. So how about some final thoughts on my new grow light? A, super easy to put together. B, it is a little heavier and a little more rigid than I anticipated. It actually feels like it's going to hold together. C, the price was absolutely right. So if you're thinking that grow lights necessarily have to be expensive, you would be incorrect. Again, check out the link in the description that I put below. This was very reasonably priced. I think they do come in single head, double head, and triple head lights. I think they may even have a ground stand or floor stand model, which is like 6 feet tall or 5 feet tall, where the base sits on the floor and you can position the heads out over your plants. But you'll get there from the link for sure. If you have any questions or comments about the grow light in this video or anything else, as always, leave them in the description below. I'd be happy to read them, even happier to respond. Do me a favor, give this a thumbs up, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. So now we're going to take a quick break to thank this week's sponsor. And this week's sponsor, like every week's sponsor, is me, Chris Gladstone with TNT Try New Things, where I have started a new website link partnering with Buy Me a Coffee as an opportunity for you to check out some of the items I have for sale that you have probably watched the videos on me making. It's also an opportunity to sponsor the channel directly, either through buying me a coffee, or if you're feeling particularly generous, signing up for an annual membership. With that, I'm going to go back to the video.